All right, everybody. Welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 767. It's so good to see all of you here on this beautiful Thursday night. You could have been anywhere else, but here you are. You're here with us, not only here on the Zoom and on the replay or wherever you're watching this, but you're in our hearts. And we want to make sure that you guys get your pass notices.
That's right.
Guys, we are in crunch time. We're closing in on 2024 faster than ever. We need to get serious. We need to get this thing done. And we're just the people to do it. Who are we? My name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over at KonaButterflyz. All of that wonderful stuff in the background. But you're not here for any of my secretarial work. No, you're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too can get that pass notice. Because why, Brandy?
It's a hot past summer.
Hey, we're almost at the end of this summer and we almost got it, Brandy.
That's right.
Woo!
When do we officially switch over?
In the fall?
Like real fall or like
It's September.
or like society fall?
I wasn't prepared for this deep philosophical conversation about when fall is. But September 21st is the what do they call it?
Fall equinox? No.
Oh my gosh. Autumn. Dang it. All right. Anyways, I didn't know that this was going to happen. Anyways, September 21st, it'll be autumn. Clocks go back sometime, I think, next month. Is it November? The clock goes back in November?
Like March and November.
Is it really? I thought it was October. I don't know.
It's like
I have
around,
no
think
clue.
it's around.
I don't even.
Yeah, it is equinox.
Yes.
It's
No, it's
around.
autumnal. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh yeah, there.
Yeah, that's the word.
It is.
Thank you, everybody.
It is around Veterans Day. That clock.
October. Is it November? I
November.
don't know anything anymore. November.
Thank you.
November 4th?
No, like around. It's like in the teens. Like that first.
We're already starting with a pop quiz, and I don't have any test-taking techniques for this. Anyways, all right. Well, I wasn't prepared for any of that. ADD is real, as you can tell, and that's what makes us special because your professor's got ADD. If you suffer from attention deficit disorder and hyperactivity, guess what? You have a professor here that definitely has the same problems, and if she can do it, you could do it.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
She could barely pay attention, even if it was free. I'm just saying, it's really hard.
Yeah.
And that's why we teach these test-taking techniques. And tonight, we're going to do that. We're going to show you some questions. We're going to have 6 questions from 6 different exams. We're going to cover the SIE, the 6, 63, 26, 65, and 7.
Yes.
We're going to give you a little bit of content. We're going to give you some techniques, all of which will help you get that pass. We're the only folks that are teaching all of these different levels to help you get this thing done. And why do we want to do that? Because it'll help you get that pass notice.
Yes.
Guys, it's so many times, so many ways, so many people are like, you know, my friend said to do it like this and blah, blah, blah. Or this guy says, you know, if you master each area, then you can move on and then you do a checkpoint or some silly thing. And then, then you get a pass notice. None of that is guaranteed. I'm going to tell you that. That's facts.
This is true.
We've had people on here that have rewrote an LEM book.
Guys, I'm
not going to say what the study prep LEM were.
Yeah.
Prep was, but it was, it rhymes with Snaplin. But they rewrote their entire LEM book. I'm not calling them out. I'm just saying this particular test prep rhymes with Snaplin. And they rewrote the whole book.
Yes.
And they went through all the stuff, mastered it, scored 90% on Snaplin, and they still didn't pass. How did that happen?
Could it be because the actual exam is not like Snaplin or the rest
Right.
of the questions?
Or anybody's.
Yes, anybody's.
FINRA is very, very, very good at making sure, and they pay people to make sure that you guys don't see these exam questions.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure that it's uncompromised.
Yeah.
Imagine if this exam was compromised to where somebody knew it was on there, what that would lead to.
Yeah.
It would lead to a lot of people who would get these licenses and that would do wrong.
Right.
Right? So we don't want that. So we want honest people who are going to do the work, do the studying, and then go past this thing and do the right thing.
Yes.
Because nobody that is going to cheat the system is going to get through so that way they can do wrong and then, get away with it.
Correct.
Because what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, you took this exam. It's not my fault you cheated your way through this, but the rules were there, and now you're going to have to pay.
Exactly.
Not just with your money, but also with time.
Right.
Because it's very serious to deal with somebody's money that somebody's worked with for 40 something years.
Yeah.
It could be your uncle. It could be your aunt. It could be your grandma. It could be your mom.
But you.
It could be you. And if someone took advantage of you, you definitely would want something to happen to this person and definitely want to have some answers of how that could happen, right?
Yes.
Some of it, yeah, it is our own ignorance of the financials and stuff like that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it is, self-inflicted ignorance, and some of it is just we just don't know where to go, right? It's not that we didn't want to know. It's just that we didn't know where to go to get the information, anybody really to teach us.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that it's okay to take advantage of people. So we have to have these exams difficult, and that's why they are difficult, because we want to make sure that whoever does it wrong, they're held accountable, and we want to make sure the right people are getting these things. And don't ever say that you wish these exams were easier. Be happy that they're difficult. Be excited that they're hard. Be excited on how many people have these licenses. How many people have these licenses, Brandy?
627,000 as of last official count.
Yeah, less than half of that is women.
Mm-hmm.
Less than half of that is women of color.
Yes.
So, guys, and I'm not saying if you're a white male that there's no place for you. No, there's plenty of place for you too, but we need to represent everyone. Everyone needs to be represented, because everyone needs and wants to not have to work at a place like Walmart when they're 80.
Right.
To go pay for their medicine.
Correct.
Or to just live, right? Nobody wants to live on the streets and living under government assistance at that age and barely living. That is not optimal.
No.
So the only way that happens is we secure our future and help everybody in our community secure their future by helping them understand financial literacy and helping them invest and get those things done and taken care of. And a lot of communities and a lot of people don't trust everyone. So that's why it takes everyone to get their license, in every shape, color, age, everybody.
Yep.
Because there is some people that just they're waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly you to come through their door and to help them, because they don't trust anybody else. So it takes everyone, and it's going to take everyone on here. And I believe I'm with a lot of people on here. There's probably one person, right? Nothing's 100%. I have to say like 99.9, but 99.9% of you are going to do the right thing and are going to take care of people, right? I mean, I would say 100% of all of you, but
yeah.
Statistics says I can't.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, let's get this thing done. And I applaud all of you for being on here. I mean, we have people on all across the United States, from Hawaii, Alaska, Ohio. Tim always on here at 1 a.m, and from Ohio, guys. And then there's people all the way out there in the East Coast, New York, Florida. We have so many people watch these things on the replay in the morning. I talked to some people who are watching it in Chicago. Guys, everybody is just trying to get their study on and get committed to this thing, and they're doing their time and they're putting in that work. And I appreciate all of you for doing that. But I want to say this, it's not good enough to just do it once or twice or 3 times or maybe even 4 times every night or every week. You got to do it 7 days a week until it's done. 7 days a week, every day, because any little slip of like, hey, I deserve a break or I deserve some time off, it's going to put you backwards, and it's going to be frustrating. And every time you do that, you get a little bit more discouraged on doing it, and it puts your time frames back farther and farther and farther. And then, it's just like a never ending treadmill. It's a cycle. So you want to make sure that you keep your momentum, keep consistent, keep after it, and just kind of follow the way we do it. I know we're a little bit different than everybody else. We don't just say, hey, here's a bunch of content, memorize all this. Mm-hmm. We want you to have like these techniques that'll help collapse the time frames. where you don't need to know the content, and we're showing you how to read the questions in these exams, so that way you can pay attention to those connections, and it literally helps you collapse time frames. So that way you're just looking for keywords and connections instead of understanding how the options market works. Does that make sense? Because nobody on here that I'm aware of is going to be an options trader. And even if you were, that's a different type of training you're going to get after you get licensed anyway, because there's exam world and there's real world, and they're not the same. So if you think that you need to know everything that's in these LEM books or any of these books or anybody that's trying to sell you this stuff, you don't. You don't. Because once you get fully licensed, your firm is going to take over and they're going to train you. And there's certain things that you need to know that are completely different than what you've been studying. And they take care of a lot of stuff. And they do a lot for you. So they can stay compliant to make it easier and compliant for everyone. So you don't necessarily need to beat yourself up. You don't need to like make it harder than it is. Just trust the process, trust the system, trust what we're trying to do here. Open your mind to a different type of way of studying and learning. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you guys, I know this is crazy. Public schools are not the best. They're not the best. Okay? Teachers, I'm not talking trash on teachers. Teachers are only allowed to do what they're allowed to do. And it's not their fault most of the time. Most of the time, it makes them want to like ram their heads against the wall. Trust me. I know a lot of teachers and they would love to do it a different way. They don't understand why it has to be done that way. And they're just like, just as confused and lost as everybody else. And they're like, this is stupid. Trust me, teachers do the same thing. So what we're trying to do here is unravel a bunch of stupidity, teach you guys how to really master that multiple choice exam in a real easy way to really see past all the smoke and mirrors, see past all the gobbledygook of like learning like stuff that you don't need to know, and really just focus in on how to really get your positive mental attitude up and how to just pass an exam. That's the strategy. That's the technique. That's the Kona way. I know that everybody else has their own way and they do it like the standard that we've all been taught and stuff. Guys, I know in public schools only can do what they can do to make an employee. That's all they're trying to do. I mean, I hate to tell you guys this if you didn't know this, but school systems, public school systems and colleges, most colleges are only set up to make employees. It's a fact. It's just to make a workforce. That's why we have bells. That's why they have breaks. That's why they have lunches. That's why you have to clock in at a certain time. That's why they don't allow free thinking. That's why they teach you the same dumb way that they've been teaching it for, the last 200 years. It's to make an employee. We're trying to make you not an employee. Does that make sense? So if we're trying to not make you an employee, we're going to have a different way of doing it, different way of study, a different way of learning, because we want to do different, be different, and have different. When I say have different, have what everybody else doesn't have. That top 1% you keep hearing about, right? Breaking through barriers, not having to be an employee. I hear all the time somebody, they passed this exam doing it this way or doing it that way. All right. Have them teach 2,000 other people how to pass it the exact same way and then let me know. You know what I mean? Guys, we only put together a system that we know that works for a lot of people and a lot of people to pass. Not everybody's going to like us. A lot of people like it the other way. That's fine. But for some of us, it didn't work. It hasn't worked. And it's nothing but discouraged us. So why don't we just try this way? So as we learn this tonight, I really want you to pay attention to exactly how we take these questions apart, how we look at it, how we think about it, and kind of just open your mind to a different possibility and a different way of learning it. And then let's collapse time frames because the year is running out. We need to get to that next level in 2024. I want everybody on here. I challenge you to start next year at a different level than you were when you started this year in some way. Progressing every year is an amazing way to live. It's an amazing way to get yourself to that next level every single year. stagnation is a killer. It's not good for the economy. It's not good for your own home. Trust me. Right? So let's do it. Let's get it done. And if you haven't joined us for all of our member stuff and you want more than just this free, and you like the vibe, you like what we're about, you like heard me what I said, we have our own course material, we have our own audios, we got our own visuals, we got audios coming. All our course audios are going to be coming to Spotify, so soon you'll be able to find all of our stuff on Spotify. You can sign up and you can with your membership you'll have our Spotify. On Spotify you'll have all the audio, so even if you're driving a truck all day, which we've had a passer or two, they're semi-truck drivers, long haul drivers, all they can do is listen to stuff, and they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? They're like, I'm tired of driving. Literally listening to our audios as they drive down the highway, taking their quizzes at night, passing the exams, fully licensed, not driving truck anymore. Guys, that's an amazing story. If you hate the way your life is going and you hate the way it is, I have a rule with my kids. Stop complaining and do something about it. Right? So if you really want to get into that, we got audios, we got visuals, we got videos, we got live sessions that help you explain that stuff. Brandy's on there. She listens to you guys. We have our own Kona community where you can drop, messages. Hey, I'm not getting it. I need help. I need understanding. We can have that all. Guys, we have built a system around being accessible to our students and to our community. Please take advantage of it all. If you want to join in and all that stuff, plus we got study guides, scan the QR code, hit the links in the chat. We got a Telegram, follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff. I got 866 Hey Kona, 866-439-5662. That's where you can reach me at. And Brandy is only on the Discord. We have live sessions for our members tomorrow. We have live session for our members tomorrow. We have the Series 63, which is going to be your question Friday. You bring the questions. Brandy's got the answers. Be sure to take advantage of that session. No, not to my knowledge, I don't think there's any study prep professors that are like saying, hey, blindside me with questions that I have no idea what's coming at me and I'll answer them for you to help you prepare. And then you're not paying extra more than you are than your membership.
Right.
The 63 will be recorded tomorrow and that will be distributed later that day. So if you can't be there and you're like, I work, like my buddy in Arizona, Jason Croft, he's a dedicated teacher. What he can do is he can actually message Brandy on the Discord and say, hey, these are my troubled areas. And then she will answer in the live on that recording or in that session tomorrow. And then he can watch it later and how she broke down all those questions.
Yep.
So even if you're not there, you could take advantage of it. Even if you're working or in a different time zone, guys, you can take advantage of all this stuff. So be sure to take advantage of that. The session starts at 8 a.m. in Hawaii, 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. in the East. Please pray for Hawaii, guys. As always, we are still praying for our brothers and sisters. Every time I say Hawaii, I always think of them. They are still getting by, but they need more help than that. So if you can, please, I believe in the power of prayer. Pray for all those people. All right, and we have a special recording for all the SIEers in our membership tomorrow.
Yes.
We're gonna do. I see you don't have the graphic.
Well, because I have it right there.
Oh, it's on the and you already wrote what it is. The MFP. What's the MFP, Brandy?
The Municipal Financial Professional
Code of Procedure and Arbitration.
Nope. Pay to play rule.
Oh, because that's what I have in my rules, on my notes here.
No, that was today.
It says right here. SIE course, MFP, Code of Procedure.
Oh, we're gonna just do MFP tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I'll adjust that later.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So MFP tomorrow, pay to play. That is one of those topics. It's going to be fun. We're going to have that's included in your in those memberships. Be there. The code, the special member Zoom code for that will go out 2 hours before class in your email box. So make sure to check for that from Patreon and get that special Zoom code and be there at that time. That is going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Whatever that is for everybody else.
2 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Central, and 4 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, I was going to let them do their own math.
Oh.
All right. Anyways, that's what time we'll have it, and we'll get that thing going. All right. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
6 questions, 6 exams, content, test taking techniques happening now. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to start off difficult. Nah, it's not difficult. We're just going to start off with the 65, 66. Guys, I have index investing. I have dollar cost averaging. I've got none, and I've got asset allocation. So if we just go by what these words mean, index, right? That's usually like a copy. That's how we're going to do it. It's like a copy. It's the S&P 500, if you will. We've got dollar cost averaging. You guys might have heard of this. Let's just kind of keep it to what the words are on there, right? Dollar and averaging, and there's a cost. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a dollar, it's average, and a cost. We already talked about that being none. And then asset allocation. When you think of asset allocations, I always think of you get one, you get one, you get one. Then you get one, you get one, you get one.
Basically where they're putting and dividing your money.
Yeah, exactly.
Or what money is could be different kinds of assets, I guess.
Yeah. That's what I think about allocations.
Yeah, they're just dividing it up, putting it in places.
Yeah, 1 for me, 2 for you.
Putting it in the different baskets, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's read the question. And the question says, what is the strategy for reducing portfolio risk? Okay, look, I'm just going to kind of get rid of all that stuff because by spreading investments among stocks, bonds, and cash equivalents. Spreading investments among 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you.
Didn't we just do that in a nice little visual? Guys, that's what we're talking about. Keep it super simple. See how she erased half the stuff on that question?
Yeah.
Spreading investments out.
Say it with your chest.
Do you know what I mean? Keep it super simple. Sometimes we get caught up in all this, technical terms and we go get intimidated. And really, it's just a person going 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you.
That's it. Spreading investments.
Keep
allocation.
it simple.
Say it with your chest. All right, guys. Lots of letters. There's a lot happening right here, but that's okay. That's okay that there's a lot. Let's go through this, right? I like to play a game sometimes where I like to try to guess the answer before we get to the question. And it says, you know what? I'm going to start with B. I'm going to just start with B because it's a shorter amount of words.
It's a nice sentence,
right? She will not be allowed to make the recommendation to the customer. This is just straight up no. There's nothing else there. Just nope.
Arms crossed, no.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead with the only. I see it in the chat, right? She only needs to disclose it if it affects a transaction for the customer based on the recommendation. This is probably not true, and I'm going to question it. I'm not going to say that with my chest.
We're not going to cross it off.
Right. But I'm going to note that it says only.
Right.
C says she can make the recommendation as long as she has a pre-existing relationship with the customer. Judging by the fact that we are saying something about disclosing, we have to disclose before every transaction, right? So I'm going to just say no on this one. And then A. Oh, read A. She can make the recommendation as long as she discloses all material facts. I'm going to flag that because material is a great test word related to the conflict of interest. Test word. And her firm has taken steps to mitigate the conflict of interest. Doesn't that sound very definition?
Sounds very court-like, if I would say. It sounds very legal. It sounds like we're covering all bases.
Yeah. I like to say
some of us might have had some legal documents in our hands or once or twice.
Yes. I like CYA, cover your assets.
Right.
Right? So watch, check this out. Yes, guys, look at that. I did so much work in my answers that I kind of don't really even need to know. I get it. We're talking about conflict of interest. Probably what's true.
And you guys are probably like, oh, she probably read the question before this and then answered it. No.
Not usually.
No. Usually Brandy reads the question just to confirm.
Yes. Guys, I always go based on The gut, the hint, the hut.
So
Hut on the hut. Wow.
anyways, while she's figuring that out, see where it says true? That's why we went with that A, because it's the most true. And then if it said not true, we would have went with D.
Exactly. Hunch. That's the word I was looking for.
There you go.
Based on a hunch. Words escaped. Okay. All right. Let me zoom in on this one.
Wow, the ink went light.
Yeah, different questions.
Hey, by the way, if you guys have ever wondered what it's like doing any kind of worksheet in the 80s or earlier, this is what it looked like. Faded purple.
Yeah, ditto machines.
Ditto machines.
Purple ink. All right, a testimonial from a famous client of the firm. Why? Why does it gotta be famous? Just make me money, bro. I don't care if you're famous or not.
Right.
Offer a free research given to any customer that signs an investment contract. Wouldn't you be doing free research? Oh my goodness, research for any of your customers? I'm just saying it. Listing the firm's top 10 picks, showing performance over the past 10 years. Guys, you can't do this in securities. You just can't do that in securities. These are our top.
You can't have top 10 picks. You're swaying people to invest in 10 things.
Right.
When there's a lot of things you could possibly do.
Exactly. Now look at D, a toll-free number to call for more information. I like this.
Speaking of the 80s, by the way.
Because this is super basic.
It is.
It's super basic. It's toll-free, which means my customers don't have to call. I mean, I don't have to pay to use it. And it's for more information. Look at that. Like everything else is like conditional. Everything else has like has a twist to it. But D, a toll-free number to call, that's so basic, right? Check it out. An investment advisor prepares an advertisement that will be used in newspapers in a large city. Under NASA rules, the advertisement would be permitted to contain a
toll-free number.
Toll-free number.
Total guys, see how basic that is? You don't even need to think about it.
Guys, when you see permitted to contain, always look for your most basic.
And if you're just starting your studies, look, I hope the one thing that you guys are studying when you're just starting and you haven't even looked at the content and you're like, oh man, this is probably going to be overwhelming. Stop. Look how underwhelming that is.
Yeah.
Look how you could have just answered that without knowing anything and you haven't even studied yet.
Like we're really just looking at words and using our adult experience as, real world experience on what these things say.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Cool.
Now it's probably a website too.
Probably. Ready? It manages the fund's investment portfolio by implementing the board's objectives and policies. Again, so many things. It manages the fund's investment portfolio by implementing the board objectives and policies. Like again, I flagged this.
Very legal.
And if you guys notice, it's not red flags. It's just like, ooh, that sounds good.
You guys can put happy faces if you want.
Hey, happy faces, either way. It sponsors the fund. Sponsors. Okay. It may vote by proxy. Guys, I don't know. Look, I'm just going to say it in test worlds. It means a thing. Okay. It's not a pronoun thing. It's just, it means a thing. It's a thing cannot vote.
The book cannot vote.
Yeah. Cannot vote. It cannot vote.
The remote control cannot vote.
The clown that lives under the sewers cannot vote.
Pennywise?
Yeah, it's it.
It is it.
Yeah. It is the same entity as the transfer agent. I don't know. Whoops. Whoa.
Glitch. That was a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go read the question, but I really like A. Which of the following is true of a mutual fund's investment advisor? Okay. Investment advisor doesn't sound like a transfer agent, doesn't sound like it's voting, and it doesn't sound like it sponsors.
It doesn't sound like an it either.
But it does but it does go with it manages the fund's portfolio. It's an investment advisor. It's exactly what they do by implementing the board's objectives and policies. That's exactly what an investment advisor does. It is like the most perfect definition on the planet. A also has an and in it.
which makes it right.
Guys, if you're new to Kona, Andy truly believes in the and.
I do.
And I have to say, you can't ignore it.
There's an and in Andy, and there's an and in right answers. Sometimes. 99.9%.
This has got numbers in it.
Okay, I won't give it that high, but yeah.
This has numbers in it.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, Brandy. Oh, math. It's never been my favorite.
Oh my gosh.
And look at C. Oh, I almost have a stroke just reading it.
But I will say this, what stands out, 30 and 30. That means these two are opposite.
Or similar.
They both are mentioned.
But I will say this, they're similar enough where it says the firm in the beginning of the sentence, and then they both have 30, and they both claim to the FINRA. So they all start off the same. So for me, and I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, without content, without anything, and I'm just a person who's just, sat here for 767 episodes. But even if I didn't, I would not look at A and B at all, and I would just focus C and D without even thinking about it.
Okay.
That's it. And I would say one of those two is going to be it. I'm already at a 50-50 shot here without reading anything.
Absolutely. And check this out. It says earlier. So C says earlier of the date that the firm or the date that the registered represent. Okay. So many words, right?
I would go with D just because C. So
yeah. Look at D. When it found out about the event.
D is straight to the point. C is trying to confuse me and do gymnastics in my mind.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's read C just one more time. The firm needs to report the claim to FINRA within 30 days of the earlier of the dates. I don't even know.
Those words have cartwheeled right out of my ears.
I don't even know what C is saying, but this is basic, right? So if I go by pure test taking technique, C and D both mention 30 days and about filing the report with FINRA. C is complicated. D is basic. I'm going to go with D.
Yep.
Just based on techniques. Now you're right. B doesn't have a number, but in this case, the 230 date, the answer choice starting out the same supersedes the fact that B has no answer.
Look, guys, we're just trying to show you a way to just answer questions.
And if you guys were in the Series 6 today, you know this answer because we talked about it today. When a customer complaint involving theft is made against an associated person of the firm, which of the following is true, it needs to report to FINRA promptly or within 30 days.
And the only reason I ignored the opposite claim that you made is because if I'm not studying or I didn't study enough or whatever, I might not even catch the fact that it's opposite. I might not know enough to know that that's an opposite.
So that 30 days and 30 days?
I'm just the whole layout, like whatever else is going in there that makes it opposite.
Oh, okay. Maybe opposite is not the right terminology. Maybe the terminology should have been similar because the ends of C and D were totally different. But it's the fact that they started out the same. The firm needs to report the claim to FINRA within 30 days.
And that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Is that you might not know enough to know that it's opposite, but you do know enough in the English language, I'm hoping, or just the fact that you can see that they start off very similar. They have very much similar wording. And there's just a little bit difference there on the end.
It's like one day I called it like the fork in the road, right? You're going down a path and then one goes that way and then one goes that way. It's like
there will be answers on the real exam that are just matched up just like that, guys.
Yeah, this is a very common format. All right. I think I have one more.
We're taking advantage of the way they write exams.
Yes, I have one more. Ew. First of all, there's numbers. First of all, numbers. Second of all, it's that Roman numeral one. And third of all, I see option. This sucks all around.
Yep. Some people see these and they just automatically poop their pants. There's no way around it. It's like, oop.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this, guys. I got
tummy ache.
Out and in the money. Can we both be out and in the money at the same time?
No,
right? So the answer has to be one of these. So I see two, I see two, I see one, I see two only. Okay. Now the other thing I see, guys,
if I eliminate two, I know it's going to be C.
Okay. All right.
That's how I probably would have approached it.
Okay. Yes. And then I have intrinsic value and options value, and I got the same number, right? So it has to be one of these. Okay. And look at only 4 is in there, but I got 3 and 3. All right. So first of all, I just have to go, am I in or out? And what value do I have? That's it. Now check this out, guys. If the answer is 1,
The answer is C.
if the answer is 1, it will be neither 3 or 4. Because if I'm out, I have no value. Check that out, guys. If I'm out, I have no value.
Oh, so then I can't be in. So that eliminates C.
So 1 is out.
So 1 is out. And so, well, I don't know if 3 is out, but yeah.
If
so
I'm
C is
in-
out.
Yeah. So if I'm in, I'm going to have value, but I need to figure out my value.
So we're already there. So we got 2.
Right.
It's not the one I wanted.
I know. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. So let's look at the numbers. Let's look at what we're looking at, right? Okay. Several months ago, you purchased a put option. Put option, guess what? Arrow down.
Yes.
That is the Kona way. I see put, arrow down. The put has a strike price of 38. So I'm going to put my 38 strike. Okay. Now I'm going to go switch my colors. And a premium of 10. I'm just going to put that over here on the side. Premium of 10. The stock is currently valued, or current market value, at 32. Is 38 less or more than 38? Wait, is 32 less or more than 38?
It is less.
So it's going lower. My current market value. Guys, if you're a Kona member, you guys already know. Am I in or out of the money? My arrow's going down. It's supposed to remind me that because my current market value is lower than my strike, immediately I'm in the money.
In the money.
So then I have a difference of 6. What is the only answer that matches that? If I have a 6 and a 10, will my answer be 6? No. So the only thing this could be is 2 and 3. And you know what's funny is that Jason Perez said the answer was 2 and 3, and he never even saw the question.
That's it.
Guys, when it comes to options, don't let these things intimidate you. Just draw it out. Call, draw your arrow up, draw your arrow down, do the rest. That's it. Plug it in.
And that is how Jason Perez got fully licensed.
That is.
Never saw the question, just using the same things that he got to pass his exams, just looking at what's on the screen, eliminating, using the common sense before you even saw the question.
Exactly.
And if you're not mapping things out like that intrinsic value thing, you need to start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on an arrow. Put exactly what Brandy did right there. See how much easier that is? It's easier to hold that information and just confirm what you thought.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Trust in the arrow, as we say around here.
Exactly. Trust.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you feel motivated. I hope you feel like you're going to go get your studying done with some intention. And if you're not, and you don't have that, then you need to.
Pretty much.
This weekend is going to be crazy. I don't even know what you have planned. I don't even know what you're doing. But every weekend's crazy.
It's true.
Especially if you're an adult. Plan out, schedule your study sessions. If you know there's going to be stuff happening this weekend, get it done earlier. I'm going to have to break all of your hearts. Sometimes you're just going to have to not sleep in.
What?
You sleep in on your goals, you're going to be sleeping in on your life. Just saying. Get motivated, get up early, get excited about this thing, make it happen, stay consistent, and get it done over and early. And then the rest of the day can just do whatever it does. But at least you had control over what you were doing in the morning. You got it done, and you're like, I'm on track. So make it happen. Study with intent. Be consistent. Be after it, everybody. We're almost at the end here. Almost at the finish line. So don't get comfortable yet. It's time to hit the gas. It's time to just really grab those gears and get to the end of the finish line that is 2023. And let's just get the win. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Members, we'll see you tomorrow and on Sunday. Everybody else, we'll see you back on Monday on the Studying Brew, same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, everybody, keep that positive mental attitude. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys for being on. We super appreciate you. Don't forget those quick quizzes tonight and through the weekend. We will see you guys next time. Have a great one.
All right.